There are a lot of attacks on Christianity that are happening around the world right now. God told us in His Word that this would happen, so it's not a surprise. Let's take a look at some of these stories and see how, in the end, Jesus still gets the glory anyways. Did Netflix cut Isaiah 53 from Passion of the Christ? Some viewers have posted videos on social media asking that question after footage emerged from what appears to be two different versions of the opening montage. The movie's theatrical release included a passage from Isaiah 53, a passage written roughly 700 years before Christ, which reads, "He was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities, by His wounds we are healed." But in footage from the Netflix version shared on social media, viewers are met with a jarring 13-second blank black screen, devoid of music or context.
I wanted to share something really interesting with you guys, so check this out. When you stream The Passion of the Christ on any other platform than Netflix, here's what comes up. Isaiah 53, right in the beginning, just like the DVD or the original film. Now, go over to Netflix and stream The Passion of the Christ, and here's the intro. They leave Isaiah 53 out. Why is that? Why is Jesus always under attack? What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments.
The detailed prophecies about Jesus in Isaiah 53 prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that He is the Messiah and the Bible is the truth. The Jewish people who study the Old Testament books like the book of Isaiah reject Jesus as the Messiah, but the prophecy is so clear that Jews even say it's referencing Jesus when they're asked about it.
He was pierced for our transgressions, He was crushed for our iniquities, and by His wounds we are healed. Is this from the Tanakh or the New Testament?
זה מהברית החדשה או מהתנ"ך?
ברית החדשה.
מאיפה אתה חושב שזה, מהברית החדשה או מהתנ"ך?
ברית החדשה. New Testament.
New Testament? New Testament?
I say new.
So this is phrased from the prophet Isaiah 700 years before Jesus was born.
זה מהתנ"ך.
זה מהתנ"ך, כן? וואי.
זה מהתנ"ך. זה רשום בישעיהו, ישעיהו נ"ג.
It wasn't just Netflix who attacked Jesus during this time, where His resurrection is celebrated by billions of people. Saturday Night Live also mocked Jesus being the Messiah and His second coming last Saturday in the opening to their show.
Hi, it's me, your favorite president, Donald Jesus Trump, comparing myself to the Son of God once again, you know. Many people are even calling me the Messiah because of the Messiah made out of the economy. It's true, the stock market did a Jesus. It died, then on the third day it was risen. And then on the fourth day it died again, possibly never to return, just like Jesus. Where the heck is that guy? Come back, get me out of this. Oh, and Jesus Christ is a name we've been saying a lot lately. We're saying it a lot. We look at our 401k and say, Jesus Christ, where did it all go?
Jesus has been laughed at and mocked since He came to the earth the first time. They will mock Him and spit on Him and scourge Him and kill Him, and 3 days later He will rise again. The increased attacks on Jesus and those who follow Him is just more evidence that what the Bible has to say is actually the truth. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. Yet because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. This passage, which has now become a very clear fulfilled prophecy, is on full display in the United Kingdom. UK schools cancel Easter celebrations out of respect for diversity. Primary schools across the UK have begun scrapping traditional Easter celebrations, citing the need to respect the religious diversity of their student bodies. Norwood Primary School notified parents that it would not be holding the usual Easter bonnet parade or church service this year. In a letter sent by head teacher Stephanie Mander, the school explained that the goal is to create a more inclusive atmosphere. By not holding specific religious celebrations, we aim to create a more inclusive atmosphere that honors and respects the beliefs of all our children and their families, Mander wrote. This is obviously being done because of the flood of Muslim immigrants who have gone into the UK, and they're not showing any regards for diversity and respecting Christian holidays, and they're actually not showing any regard for anyone when it comes to them practicing their religion.
Today was a great day for people who think diversity is our greatest strength. Central London was brought to a screeching halt so that some Muslims could celebrate Al-Shura Day. So the Metropolitan Police decided to close several major roads so a procession could march through the capital. They said officers are present to minimise disruption and deal with any incidents. Okay, incidents like this?
Australia is the next country attacking specifically Christianity. What you notice is none of these countries or shows or companies are mocking any other religion except those that believe that Jesus is the Son of God and the only way to heaven. That alone should tell people that there's something more to Jesus and the Bible, because the other religions aren't a threat. And that's because the other religions don't have a real God behind them.
A new law in the Australian state of New South Wales called the Conversion Practices Ban Act 2024 allows religious expression and prayer as long as it isn't, quote, directed to changing or suppressing an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity.
2 Timothy 3, the book of Revelation, the Gospels, and many other scriptures mention the persecution of Jesus and those who follow him. But the amazing and great news is that Jesus is extremely loving and forgiving even to those who spoke badly against him. Anyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man, it will be forgiven him. But whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven him, either in this age or in the age to come. Blaspheming the Holy Spirit, as referenced in this verse by Jesus, speaks of those who were witnessing Jesus do a miracle and then attributing it to Satan. This is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. This is something that not many people, or some people argue no one who knows God, could even do. Because even in our mistakes and our hardships, we don't see what's clearly an act of God and attribute it to Satan. God deserves all the glory for all his works, and there's no greater example than Jesus Christ rising from the grave in victory over sin and death. But the angel answered and said to the woman, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said."